walk with Meg since August, and she is really wound up. I'm trying to use the fanny pack today, but see how that goes. Got some quail in the yard this morning. It was pretty awesome. And we've been getting a road runner in the yard, and there was one in the yard yesterday, and it was really big, and unfortunately I never seem to be fast enough to get a video of them, but my husband says they're probably eating our lizards, which I'm a little disappointed about. That is like, eat the rats. But I guess they're meat eaters, and they'd probably eat a big bug if they could. Happy to say we don't have any big bugs in the yard right now that I've seen, but they make a really interesting noise. And so I know I heard one the day before because I looked up what does a roadrunner sound like and played their calls. They just kind of screech. It's like they're pterodactyls or something. But definitely enjoy the bird life we get in our yard. So how about these auroras that the U.S. is getting? We actually haven't had them here yet, but my cousins in Alabama have been posting pictures of red skies, and I'm seeing pictures from people in Connecticut, and it's crazy because it used to be that you just caught these auroras mostly in Alaska and the South Pole, but the auroras that are happening in the continental U.S. are actually more magnificent than the auroras that are in Alaska, which I never would have thought that could even happen. So this year, I guess you don't have to travel to Alaska to catch the aurora. What you doing, Meg? She's probably saying, Daddy is more fun. You make me walk on the sidewalk. I might take her in the wash. But it is a gorgeous day here. I'm thawing some apricots to make some more jam. And I have a video on making apricot jam, if anybody's interested in watching it. But I put them back in the refrigerator because we actually have some friends in from Alaska that we're going to meet for lunch today. So I'm kind of excited about that. But now that I'm recovered from surgery, I'm excited about getting back in my kitchen and working with some of that fruit that I have. I had to really think about it because I like making apricot barbecue sauce. I like making apricot mop sauce. I've even made an apricot mustard sauce before, but that apricot jam is so good. And I'm planning to make barbecue sauce with the paddle cactus fruit. So I probably should use my apricots for jam because I'm going to have plenty of barbecue sauce from that paddle cactus fruit. Well, give me just a minute here. Miss Meg is doing her business and we want to clean that up. There's people, used to be when we first moved here, that people cleaned up after their dogs, but it's really gotten ridiculous. Sad, actually. But we clean up after our dog. What a good girl. What a good girl. All right, give me just a moment here. What a good girl, Meg. There we go. Are you done? Huh? Are you done? Maybe not. All right, luckily I have another bag, so. Beautiful day. It was kind of fun seeing the quail this morning, too. They're such scaredy pants. Such scaredy pants. Are you finished? Yeah, I think that means she's finished. Hey, how you doing this morning? How you doing, Ron? Thanks for joining us. Let's go find a trash can. That's what we need right now. And we can get back on with our walk. It is a gorgeous day. It feels so good to be out here. I am just loving this. Getting my natural vitamin D with Miss Meg. I guess dogs probably get it through their eyes, right? Actually, I've heard that humans do as well. Awesome. What's the weather like where you're at today, Ron? It's in the mid-70s today. It's wonderful here. We got a little sky art going on. No chance of rain, unfortunately. It was cloudy last night, but we didn't get any rain. I think it's sky art. It would be pretty cool to see some aurora borealis. Although I'm thinking if we're not seeing the aurora borealis here, then maybe we're protected from the geostorm. Any thoughts on that? 50 and partly cloudy. Well, that's not bad. In Alaska, they got termination dust yesterday. People were talking about what road was slippery. I'm still on several groups there, and I follow a lot of friends, of course, too. Everybody's adjusting to slippery roads. Not here. The only time you have slippery roads here is if it rains really hard. And I think that's because it's so dry here that there's a lot of accumulation of oil and whatever the cars put off, right? Even the sidewalks are slippery if it rains here. And if the bubblers are going off in the park, you kind of want to watch. You don't want to slip and fall if there's water on the sidewalks. It reminds me of what mossy rocks felt like in Alaska when they were wet. Oh, so you have a special place to view northern lights there. That's awesome. We used to see them. I used to see them all the time in Alaska, starting in the fall. And I haven't seen any since we moved here, but you definitely see a lot of stars in the sky here. A lot of stars. That's pretty cool. It's kind of interesting how you see different things in... Uh-oh, what is she excited about? What is it, huh? What is it? I don't see anybody. I don't see any of your friends out here. Beautiful day. And our yard just took off once it cooled off. We have squash coming out of all those plants, lots of pumpkins. In the past, I've gotten two pumpkins with two pumpkin plants, and now I have a pumpkin that's putting on its sixth pumpkin, which is pretty amazing. They're not super huge ones, but who cares? It's just really cool to look at. And there was a tree that I saw here the other day that had some kind of fruit that I didn't recognize. And I'd love to figure out what that is, although it didn't look that impressive, so it wasn't really happy, so maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I don't want one of those in my yard, right? Mr. Painter, okay. So Mr. Painter had purchased a bowling ball in this tournament that he bowled. He bowled high rollers, and they always give a special ball price on a special tournament ball. And he forgot to pick his ball up, and they're almost out of them. So he had to rush down and get his bowling ball. I think they charge around $100 if you're a tournament participant. I don't know what the price was this year. I haven't worked that tournament in a while, but they always have a really cool ball that they offer to the bowlers. So it's definitely a benefit of participating in that tournament in addition into the great contest opportunities, right? So that's what he's doing. He wanted to make sure that there was a ball to be had. But we are going to lunch today, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what venue we're going to take in. That's one cool thing about Las Vegas is there's all kinds of food here. When I used to visit here from Alaska, that's one thing I look forward to is the variety of food. And it's not as cheap as it used to be, but there's still a really good variety here. Just enjoying this. Meg, let's go this way. Let's try a different way today. So you got any plans today, Ron? I was going to can some jam and do some sewing. I might still be able to do some jam later this evening. But it's always a blessing to see friends, though. I'm definitely looking forward to having lunch. I definitely want to finish those dresses that I started, get those mailed. I've been able to package them in the boxes that the dolls came in. Oh, what's my favorite food? Gosh, I have a lot of favorite foods. I'm always up for soup and salad. I love seafood. Seafood is awesome. I definitely miss the wild game from Alaska. I'm definitely a vegetable freak, but I like all kinds of food. About the only thing that I don't have any interest in eating is junk food. I'm not into junk food, and I'm not into raw sushi. Other than that, it's pretty much open. I like a lot of it. How about yourself? Oh, looks like we have an unhappy person here today. I hope your day improves. Have a great day, sir. It takes all types. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Oh, you love lobsters. That is so cool that you have access to that there. You know, I would say that about every place you go, there's a food specialty. I like Mexican food too. I think it's pretty good. Meg, why are you pulling me over there? I don't want to go down there. I like Mexican. You know what? Actually, I really like food that has flavor. So curry is pretty awesome. Mexican's pretty awesome. Food with flavor, a little spice, a little heat's pretty good. I'm not saying it has to be that way all the time, but I definitely look forward to that. I made curry, was it last night? Yeah, actually I made curry last night. And I've gotten pretty good at that. So I like that a lot. I think seasoning, there's a lot to be said for seasoning. You can make anything taste good or interesting if you have a little seasoning to throw in it, right? And right now it's really fun because I'm able to harvest a few green beans, an eggplant, some squash, and throw it into whatever I'm making. So that's cool too. I didn't really realize it, but eggplant is super versatile for food. It's not just for Italian. And I think eggplant's origins are actually Greece and Africa. We always think of it as an Italian food. Of course, Italians love it, but I don't believe it originated there. So that's interesting too. Chicken curry. Oh yeah, chicken curry is awesome. And I'm so torn as to whether I like the yellow curry or the red curries. If I feel like having something that's a little more spicy, I'll go with the red, where I think the yellow is usually a little more mild. But yellow chicken curry is awesome. I am just taking it all in, taking a deep breath, enjoying this beautiful day. Sometimes you've got to just breathe. And I'm happy to report that I've heard from almost everybody that I know in Florida. There's only one person I haven't heard from yet, and I think it's probably just because there's a lot of power still out, right? Oh, Meg's watering a bush. And those poor little doggies never get a walk from anybody. You're so lucky. You don't even know it. You're a lucky girl. Yeah. I hope everybody has a blessed day today. Appreciate you joining in on the channel with us. And thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.